Have you ever felt like no matter how much you do or what you do, you're always falling a little bit behind? Like it never feels enough. Like if you stop moving, even for a second, you will somehow never start moving again. We live in a world that glorifies the hustle culture. It glorifies productivity. It glorifies doing more and more and more. And this comes from the industrial age, right? Productivity is worn like a badge of honor. If you're a productive person, if you're go, 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 if you're always doing a lot of things, you are admired. And slowing down is often shameful. It's seen as something that you should be ashamed of. It's seen as laziness. It's seen as something that we shouldn't be doing. Except we're human, and rest is kind of par for the course, right? What if I told you that being in hustle mode all the time, go, 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 isn't just exhausting, but it's actually harming you? Today, we're going to talk about why constant busyness is not the flex that we've been taught it is, and how it's keeping us stuck and in survival mode, and a lot more. And also what we can do instead. If we haven't met yet, my name is Isabel, and on this channel, we talk all about embracing your weird in order to build a better brand, business, and life. Growing up, I was taught that laziness was something to look out for. That once it got a hold of you, it just kept growing. Like it was this monster lurking in the corner, just kind of waiting to take over your life, right? And as soon as you started resting, you just wanted more rest. And as soon as you stopped, you wanted to stop more time. And basically, it was something to fear. It was something that was coming to ruin your life. And if I wasn't constantly doing something productive, I was somehow wasting my time and therefore wasting my life. And I carried that belief with me into adulthood. And for years, I measured my worth based on how many things I got done, how productive I was, how many things I was doing at the same time, how many projects I could complete. And I'm here to tell you that it doesn't feel as amazing as we're promised it's going to feel. Anytime I wasn't productive, I felt guilty. Anytime I was resting, I felt ashamed. Anytime I was doing something that wasn't considered productive, like watching TV, I was constantly thinking about all the things that I wasn't doing, that I could be doing in that time. And the thing is, our bodies are not designed for constant hustle. From a biological standpoint, always being in go, 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 go mode, productivity mode, is actually harming us. It's damaging us. It's making our stress hormone cortisol work in overdrive, and therefore it's elevating what our normal levels of cortisol are, and it's making our cortisol stay elevated. And what that does is it causes us to be in survival mode. It causes us to be in a constant state of alert. Like we're always waiting for the other shoe to fall. Is that what it's? The other shoe to fall. We're always waiting for something to happen. Our nervous system is on high alert all the time. And over time, this leads to anxiety and trouble sleeping and burnout and just like physical health issues and so many other things. Because that's not what our body was designed to do. And from an evolutionary perspective, our bodies haven't really changed that much. And so the things that are creating stress in our lives now are a lot more constant than they used to be. And that's causing harm in our bodies. And so that said, hustle culture isn't just exhausting. It's literally wearing us down. And what's fascinating to me in so many ways is that we as humans are naturally and ironically going back to a simpler way of life, right? It's the return of CDs and vinyl records, right? Someone was mentioning the other day, like, I don't understand why my kid just doesn't use Spotify or Apple Music, right? They have everything in the palm of their hand and they want vinyl records. Why? And I was trying to explain to them that it was a thing of physical touch. It was a thing of, hey, I have these 12 songs on here that I'm going to listen to, and I have the experience of taking that disc out and putting it on a record player and playing it and hearing the scratchy sound of the needle on the disc. Those physical experiences are things that we're starting to value a lot more as humans the more modern and digital the world becomes, because we crave that. We crave real experiences. It's why sourdough starters are back and people are growing their own food again. Or people are saying, you know, my favorite moment in the week is when I'm gardening and getting my hands in the dirt. That's not me. Like, I don't garden every weekend, right? But there's a lot of people going back to those things. I do have a sourdough starter. I don't make enough bread with it, but it's there. And the thing is, people are crafting more, or they want to craft more. They want to cook more. And it's like deep down, we know that we need something different. We're craving, like I said before, the real, the raw, the meaningful experiences, the ones that actually matter. We're craving something other than the constant hustle and bustle. How many times have you just scrolled your phone for an hour just to feel empty at the end of it, right? And have you ever tried the opposite? Have you ever tried sitting down on your bed, on your couch, wherever you want, and just sitting with yourself? No phone, no TV, no book, no nothing, no distractions, just sitting down for 5 minutes in stillness. And what does that feel like for you? Because I can tell you that for the first few times I tried it, I felt stressed. I was like, why am I doing this? I would have to set a timer on my phone for 5 minutes, because if not, I was constantly trying to peek at my phone or look at what time it was to see if the 5 minutes were up. Because I couldn't sit still because I had a lot to do. I felt kind of like the rabbit from Alice in Wonderland that's like, I'm late, I'm late, I'm late, I'm late. I was like, I need stuff to do. I can't stay still. I have to keep moving. I have stuff to do. I have things to do. I have da-da-da. I would never stop. And for a lot of us, it's actually really hard to sit and stop and just be still, even for a few minutes, because we're so used to being constantly engaged. We're so used to always having things thrown at us, whether that's information or news or things that we have to do, that stillness somehow, while it's supposed to be more calm, it somehow feels more uncomfortable, and it feels even anxiety inducing, right? It's like, I'm missing something. There must be something wrong if I can be still. And that is just proving what we talked about before of where your cortisol levels are at and where your stress levels are at. Now, I'm done scaring you. We're talking about that. But if you're wondering, how do you actually start slowing down? I'd say that step number 1 is starting to notice, right? Notice when you're feeling stressed. Notice when you're feeling anxious. Notice what's going on. Notice when you have the need to pick up your phone and check if there's something new. And that's it. Just notice it. Just become aware of those moments. And you'll start to realize how addicting something like a phone really is, a smartphone. You'll start to realize how often you'll check things just to like refresh a feed just to see, or you'll see that you can't have a meal without watching TV or a YouTube video or TikTok. Just start to notice that. That's step 1. Becoming more aware of how fast your brain is going all the time. Now, once you're a little bit more aware, you can move on to step number 2, which is to practice being still, even in small ways. Things like what I just mentioned before of setting a timer for 5 minutes and just staying still until the timer goes off. Not watching TV, not doing anything, not trying to figure out what your to-do list is going to look like for the rest of the day. Just chilling out and doing it and just sitting down for a little bit. Trying not to jump from task to task. Just sitting down. Right? One thing I started doing was to really honor my meal times. So during lunch, during breakfast, because it's really easy for me to do this when I'm with someone. Like if I'm having dinner with my husband, I'm not on my phone. However, when I'm having dinner by myself, my brain wants more stimulation, right? My brain wants to go watch a YouTube video or listen to a podcast or watch something on TV or read something while I'm eating. And so one of my ways of practicing still moments was going, hey, hang on, let me sit down and have a meal without any external stimulation, just enjoying my meal, just enjoying the textures and the taste and everything that's going on. Other things could be just pausing for 30 seconds to look at the sky or the trees or look around your room, trying to do one task at a time instead of multitasking. I've talked about why multitasking doesn't work before on this channel. But yeah, just step 2 would be to start practicing being still in small ways. And then step number 3 is to start swapping autopilot habits like immediately grabbing your phone when you're bored to swapping them for mindful moments, I guess is the way I would say it. So when you see you're going to grab your phone and open TikTok, put it down and maybe grab your journal instead and write down one thing you're grateful for. You can then grab your phone afterwards, right? But just taking that moment to stop for a second and say, hey, I don't need my phone right now. Or maybe it's journaling one sentence. Or maybe getting up and going to get a healthy snack and just really enjoying that snack. It's stretching instead of picking up your phone first thing in the morning. It's really enjoying your morning coffee instead of rushing through it because you have to go get dressed because you have to start the day. It's those little things where those moments in your day-to-day when you feel rushed and you feel like I need to do this faster because I need to get it done because I need to get to the next thing, taking the time to say, hey, no, I don't have to rush through this. When you take a shower, are you like taking the time to really go through and wash your hair and do all that stuff? Or are you like rushing through it, trying to get out of the shower quickly so you can get dressed so you can get on with your day? Taking the time to do those things and letting there be silence instead of filling every moment in your life with noise. Just letting there be silence, letting there be stillness, letting there be unstimulated moments in your life. Now, I want to acknowledge something really important, and it's that breaking this cycle is really, really hard. We've been living in a world that has started to push more on us since, hundreds of years ago, especially since the start of the industrial age, which is where it really started to ramp up. But because of the way the world works, we've been taught this for our entire lives. And breaking that cycle is easier said than done, right? I'm not here to pretend that I have it all figured out. I'm not here to say, oh, it's really easy for me to have a slow morning and not stress about starting my day. It's not. I'm just starting to recognize that this is a bigger problem than I thought it was, and trying to unlearn the belief that my productivity or my self-worth is tied to my productivity. I'm committed to learning to do it a different way. I read something a while ago that really shook me, and it was about the regrets people had in their lives when they were nearing the end of their lives. And usually it's, I wish I had enjoyed more. I wish I had spent more time with my family. I wish I had been more present. I wish I had worked less and had more fun. And so I don't want to reach the end of my life and say, oh, I wish I had lived a slower life. I wish I had enjoyed my morning coffee. I wish I had danced more or laughed more or loved more. I want to make sure that doesn't happen. And so I'm starting to unlearn it now. And if you want to join me on this journey, then I invite you to share in the comments what your first step is going to be, or any ideas you have about practicing stillness and practicing. I don't like calling this the slow life or slow living. I know that's like the regular term for it, but I also know that language matters a lot to the brain, and we have, because of the way we were raised, what society has taught us for years, we have a lot of negative associations around the word slow. So I like to call it more like flow living. It's more about being in the flow. It's more about being intentional with what you're doing, being present in the moment. And yeah, I hope you join me on that journey. And if you enjoyed this video, I make new ones like this every single Friday, so make sure to like and subscribe so that you see those. Until then, stay wild, stay weird, stay present. I'll see you in the next one.